Hello and welcome to the final part of Etude number 5. This is the last bit and it's the end. We're going to dive straight in with the main points. First, laser ahead. There are some shifts here, so make sure you know where you're going. Secondly, know where you're switching from the C in the first position to the C at the 8th fret. You have to do it. Finally, those harmonics at the end, to make them really pop, move down to the ponticello section of your guitar and you will find that they will come out clearer and louder. Let's dive in. Welcome to microstudy number 16, and we're coming up to the highest note of the piece. So in bar 52 we are in this configuration now, where we have first finger on a C natural, fourth finger on a high E, third finger, which had stayed on from the previous microstudy, so that was your anchor finger, on an F sharp, and then second finger on an A at the fret 10. So taken together, this chord is this now. Fourth finger is going to float down for the D sharp. Using the fourth finger, we're going to shift up to a high F sharp, a G sharp with your second finger, and then a B at the 12th fret. Underneath that all is an open D. Here is where I put down my half bar, but again you could actually at the beginning of this put your half bar down. That's your call. So there's your half bar there, and then we just lift the half bar off for the next bar, and you stay there. Shift down 1 and 2, shift down 1 and 2, shift down 1 and 2, and then you're into the next microstudy. It's a fantastic change. Villa-Lobos is just using a diminished chord into A minor to help us down the fretboard. No doubt this is again a challenging series of bars, but it's not impossible. Break it up into a beat at a time, or even half a bar here, and then put it together as a full bar. So make sure that your fourth finger acts as a guide from the D sharp to the F sharp, and then 1 and 2 fingers guide down the strings. Very important. Once you've got all that sorted, you're chocks away. Let's take a look at this nice and slowly. Welcome to microstudy number 17, Coda Part 1. So we've come all the way down from fret 12 and we're into this wonderful A minor chord. There's nothing difficult about these next couple of bars, so I'm just going to walk through the fingering. So we have basically an A minor with a C in the bass, into a half bar, where we have the A flat coming in. So Villa-Lobos again messing with the harmony. So that's a 1-1 half bar, and then we're into you're going to need to use fingers 4 and 2 here for the F, 1 and 0, and then 4, 2, because you want the C to stay on, and then obviously your high E to stay on. So make sure the melody and bass are clear and continue to ring over. This then repeats, and then the melody pops up again halfway through the final bar of this microstudy. So taken together, there's nothing really difficult. You've just got to keep a track of it. We are now back to the opening ostinato rhythm, and we're definitely on familiar territory going home. That opening melody note there is going to become important because it's going to lead back to an augmented, a stretched out version of the original melody from bar 3. So keep your ear and eye out for it in the next microstudy. Welcome to Microstudy 18 Coda Part 2. Here we have a C and an F clash, which you don't normally get in music, but it's part of the augmented melody. Again, there is nothing really difficult about these next sections other than to keep your third finger down the entire way through. Make sure that your fourth and second fingers are used for the F and A in the ostinato. So walking through from bar 58, we have C with a third finger, open G, B, and an F. F-A with 4-2. Then you're going to have to cut the A off short. This is quite a workout for your fourth finger because your fourth finger is going to be shifting from an F to a G and back to an F again. So keep an eye out for it. Obviously you could cheat if you wanted to and take your third finger off and use that there, but it's going to be cutting that bass short. Plus it has to go back to a C. Bar 59, we have a little bit of a finger squeeze here. So here we go. All opens. Then we have second finger on an F, fourth finger on a D. Your fourth finger is then going to bounce up to the E again. Third finger stays down if you can. And then that melody note should hang on, and then it's just bass. Now I've changed the fingering on the end there, if you notice, because we're going to be heading to the 8th fret for that C. I have put the suggestion in that you actually switch halfway through bar 60, but it's your call. And then you're in, but where you switch, or you can switch at the end of bar 60 and just do the jump. I prefer to switch halfway through. So that I'm in and I'm prepared ahead of time. Welcome to the end. This is the final microstudy here. Microstudy 18, Coda Part 3. Now up at the 8th fret with our C. And we have 4, 2, 1, 0. There's nothing challenging about this. You've been doing it here down at the first position. It's just up at the 8th fret. Same fingering, same everything. The only difference is you're going to have to do a bit of a... Between the E and the G there is a string, so be aware of that. We then get to the last beat of bar 62, where we have this wonderful chord where we have a C and F clashed against an open B and E. I prefer to play the first two bass notes with my thumb, but that's your call. We then have a shortening of the ostinato rhythm after that. If you can, try and keep your B and E and C on, and the ostinato rhythm just does this now. E, G, F, A. E, G, F, A. And then we end finally with a C and harmonics at the 5th fret. To really get those harmonics to pop, I suggest you come back and they will become clearer. It's not like the open strings at 12 or even 7. The ones here are quite delicate and they need a little bit of help. Top tip here, I would actually roll. I would roll those chords and then just give your last C a little bit of help. Let's have a look at that nice and slowly. Thank you very much for staying until the end. That is the final part of this fantastic etude number 5. We will be marching on to etude number 6, which should pop up just about now. This is all part of the Villa-Lobos 12 and 12 challenge, which is hosted by Classical Guitar Rocks. Head over there, grab yourself a copy, get all the lessons. It's all free, and it's all there to make this music available to